really good like food court.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. Exactly what you needed.
You can like watch stuff on this screen here.
Yeah. Like
Mark, I didn't know you brought your McLaren.
Oh, my McLaren.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, one of us is gonna have to sit in the trunk.
Also, you guys want to drive it?
Is it paddle ship?
Paddle shift?
Probably paddle, right? I don't think so.
No, it's paddle.
Yep.
There's no stick.
Ooh, that's nice.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
Now, you were saying that
How much are those?
The black Mustang looked like tough.
I think quarter million.
That looks good in black.
400 million?
Quarter million.
Quarter. $400 million car.
Wow. I don't know if I have I'd be so scared to drive a car like that.
Yeah, but if you had the money to buy it, you probably would. You'd be like, I'll get another.
Well, someone that
maybe.
buys that car isn't exactly making $250,000 a year.
Right.
All right, back in the middle school's courts where we got kicked out on Friday, the first day. Get a nice warm up. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Our first match is at 9:30, but that first match could be called as soon as 9 o'clock, 30 minutes early. So we got some lessons going on here. Nice young chap, serves and overheads. Some of these ladies are warming up for their sectional match this morning, I'm assuming. And then there's 3/4 of the essential tennis crew of this trip to get that 5-0 win as a warm-up. So it's gonna be a good session. Nice and humid for this early.
At the end of the second day, at the end of Saturday, after all the matches were completed and recorded and tallied and measured, we were tied for first. Now, we had one match left, and this was against Indiana. And arguably, the team that we just beat 3-2 was probably, I would argue, the toughest team as a whole, given their UTR, given that their number one singles player is literally a Big Ten lineup player. We have high hopes. We knew where we stood, and we knew that although whether or not we as a team make it to nationals, we have to do the best we can. We have to play the very next match against the home state, Indiana. We wanted to beat them 5-0 and give them as few games as possible. Man, I hate that feeling of stuff being out of your hands. And waking up on that Sunday, on the last day, if I thought Saturday, the previous day, was humid, this was even worse. We were talking to the officials, and people on the previous day, there were about 4 or 5 people that passed out, along with a combination of people needing to take medical timeouts because of injuries, not necessarily the individual's back or any type of previous injury, but because of heat exhaustion. And there were some people that are, 20 years old, playing doubles, that were thought to be in good shape, but they just couldn't handle the heat. And to be honest, I was scared that one of our teammates or one of the people we were facing in the match might have issues as well, because it was about 4 to 5 degrees warmer, and I would say anywhere between 10 to 15% more humid on that Sunday compared to Saturday. Unfortunately, I was right. One of my doubles teammates right next to me, getting towards the 5th or 6th game, getting towards the end of the first set, had to take a medical timeout because he was getting dizzy. He was getting to be able to see stars, which is never a good sign. But fortunately for him, after the medical timeout, being in the shade and drinking a lot of water, he was able to finish out the entire match. Probably not in the fashion that we wanted to, but still finish it nonetheless. And it's always scary seeing one of your teammates who is younger than you by a little bit have that type of issue, not only because you want them to finish the match and win, but also obviously because their safety. And that day, there were other individuals that I thought were in pretty good shape, such as him, that had a lot of trouble, both in singles and doubles, in the heat, in the sun, in the humidity. So yeah, it's important to be able to be fit, even if you're only playing one match a day. Thankfully, I didn't have that issue. In that match, I ended up playing a pretty good doubles player, but I was able to kind of take him out of his rhythm with my pace, spin, and a little bit of variety from the baseline. Ended up winning 6-0, 6-2. Ian and Scott at one doubles ended up losing a very good tennis match, and those guys were monsters at the one double slot that Indiana brought out. Ian and Scott lost 6-2, 4-6, 1-0. Eric and Andy unfortunately lost to the Indiana team 6-2, 7-5. And Adam and Jim played out of their freaking minds, and specifically Adam hit arguably the shot of the entire tournament with a quasi tweener up the alley, down the line winner that hit about 2 or 3 inches inside of the doubles alley on the opponent's side, to much of the applause of the audience. And I'm pretty sure Adam got at least 3 numbers from those ladies that saw that match. So good for you, Adam. They ended up winning quite decisively and comprehensively 6-1, 6-2. And naturally, our number 2 singles guy, Joey, was on court in a 10-point tiebreak.
In our last match against a home team, Indiana team, we're split 2-2. We're waiting for Joey, no surprise, in a 10-point tiebreak, no surprise, to finish us out.
And Joey, I will tell you, in that 10-point tiebreak, when you're up a match point with your opponent serving a second serve, me and the 9 other people watching you saw that second serve bounce about 1.5 to 2 inches out. And trust me, we were on the service line to watch the entire thing. And Joey as well, I saw you hit the most disgusting return winner. Down a match point, by the way, at, I believe, 11 serving 10. Joey, you hit a monstrous slapper of a forehand return that your opponent almost called out, if it was probably not for your teammates cheering wildly right after the ball got past your opponent. But to all credit to your opponent, I'm not saying he's a hook, because he's not. He made the right call and called it in, even though he probably could have just pointed his finger up and called it out and walked off the court victorious. But naturally, again, just like Joey getting to a 10-point tiebreak in a close singles match, Joey ended up winning, I believe, 14-12. Having our team win 3-2, and therefore our team being tied for first place. That team we played in the second match on Friday was tied with us. We were tied with Ohio. Now, Ohio and us, our team records for that tournament are 3-1. But the next tiebreak is the individual matches won on that court. And unfortunately for us, Ohio is now representing Midwest in the national championships in Surprise, Arizona, sometime in November or sometime later this year. So to the team of Ohio, congratulations. You are now representing all of the Midwest in the national championships for USTA 4-5 men's 18 and over. And we wish you the absolute best of luck. Now, a lot of you are probably asking why I'm making this vlog. And to be honest, I don't know the complete answer to that. But I have a good idea. Catharsis. To me, this release, to be honest, this introspection of this weekend was hard to put out. Not because we lost as a team, even though we did pretty well, but because I had to think about, for quite a bit, even during the trip, why I was having so much fun. And this is the best way I could explain to you guys in simple words through a camera lens, thousands of miles away sometimes, and probably a few days after I publish this and record this, of why this was one of the best weekends of my life. Yeah, we didn't win, and that's perfectly okay. But the idea that people between the ages of 25 and 55 can take time out of their lives, for those of us that have wives, daughters, sons, and other family obligations on top of our 40-hour-a-week plus job. We're accountants. We're tennis coaches. We're salespeople. We're software engineers. We're mechanical engineers. We not only played well enough to represent Wisconsin in this type of team tennis format, but we took time out of our lives, out of all of our obligations, to go to Indiana and play some tennis. And even if we didn't win a single match, I still would be saying the same damn thing. This is one of the best weekends of my life. And also, Kyle, congratulations on your soon-to-be baby boy. And I heard Mark is a really good name nowadays for a baby boy in the Midwest. Yeah, we failed in our mission to get out of Midwest, to represent the Midwest in nationals. But I would do it all over again, even if I knew that the outcome was going to be exactly the same. And you bet your asses that me, Ian, Scott, Andy, Kyle, Joey, Jim, and everybody else on my 4-5 team, we're going to do the exact same thing, and we won't fail in our mission next year. Not if we can help it. So on top of all these tennis string reviews, match play analysis, tennis equipment reviews, and overall shenanigans that you guys are going to be witnessing with me on and off the court, I hope to see you guys in nationals sometime soon as well. And as always, happy hitting.